Hi guys, it's Lily. I wanted to do this video today. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark. I have dabbled with Mercari and Citizen. Attempted eBay, but not fond of eBay, so not sure where that's going to go, if it ever goes anywhere. But today I wanted to bring you, I have my notes here. I'm going to try to do without my glasses. Hopefully I wrote big enough where I could see at a certain distance. But I wanted to do a video on how I boosted my sales, my Poshmark sales, after I had like a total burnout for a few months. Since we had that algorithm glitch and my sales went from here to plummeted, I kept on sourcing, buying boxes, thrifting, going to the bins when I could, and I just had stuff everywhere, and it was all in bags. It didn't get listed, and I just went into like a total burnout mode, where I just didn't want to do a whole lot. Well, this month I took the time to get everything reorganized. You saw that video. And it's been a blessing for me. And I'll tell you why. Because one, I can walk in here without tripping over myself. Two, I can ship out orders now without tripping over bag after bag after bag, or boxes from thrifting. My trash guy just absolutely hates me. Because for 2 weeks now I've had a ton of broken up boxes out there outside of our normal trash. But it was like spring cleaning for me in the middle of a heat wave. But anyway, I mean, through the process of getting organized, I was pulling things. I was like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, I forgot about that. So I was pulling them to list. So I started consistently listing again. I have not limited myself, but I have made a commitment to myself. I guess that's a better word. I've made a commitment to myself to list a minimum of 10 items a day. No less. I don't have to do any more. Some days I do more, but minimum 10 listings a day. And I just started that a week ago, basically, because I got burnt out and I wasn't listing at all. And I'll show you graphs throughout this video that tells you how much I've listed this month. Today is the 24th of June, so all of my statistics that I'm going to bring you and all the graphs go through yesterday, which was June 23rd, 2022. So yeah, so let's just jump right in. So this first photo I'm going to insert is going to be what my net sales are as of the 23rd of June this month. So that's what, 3 weeks? And I couldn't pull up the gross sales, but my net sales were $3,274. And if you look at the graph, you'll see that a big spike. That is the day that I had my first sale. Was at a huge spike, which accounts for almost half of this income. And I'll talk a little bit about the bundle sales at the end of the video. But it was a huge motivation for me, because when I had that sale, I had not yet organized anything, and when I had to pack up 32 orders in one day, it was a nightmare. I had no room. It was just a nightmare. So that prompted me to get organized, and so I can get back on track with my job, so to speak. Because I really had been slacking. I was letting everything else in my life come first. You know, my family, of course, is always going to come first. Ollie is always first. But my business has to come right there with it, right up there in the same category with it, because that's how I pay my bills. That's how we do extra things. This is a full-time gig for me. So, all right. So I wanted to show you that graph, and it does show you how much I made for the current month, June 2022. I still have a week to go, so I'm probably going to have another sale before the end of the month so that I can leave it with a bang. My goal has always been $4,000 a month, and I've come close or met it just about every month, except for since, you know, February, March, and April were pretty sad. But yeah, I hope to exceed that goal soon with my plan. We'll see. So now let's go into the percentage. I guess I'm going to put them over here. I don't know what the best way to do it is, but my percentage of the type of items that's sold through this month. So 92.74% was pre-loved items. So they were used, gently used. 92.74%. That is a lot. And then new with tags, only 7.26%. And I have a lot of new with tags items in my closet, but what is selling for me is the pre-owned, what I call pre-loved. In all my listings, it's either good, great, or excellent pre-loved condition, depending on what I feel it is. Yeah, so I call it pre-loved. I don't call it pre-owned. I don't call it used. I call it pre-loved because, in my opinion, I'm not going to sell anything that hasn't been, you know, loved. Not abused, but loved. So, so it's important when you're out there sourcing your inventory. What is selling for you? Pay attention to your closet. Are you selling more new with tags? Are you selling more men's? Are you selling more kids? Women? Are you selling more accessories or clothing? Or some people sell household items or makeup. I don't sell those two items, but you know, some people, that's solely all they sell. So pay attention to what is selling for you at the highest percentage. I'm going to put up a pie chart here in a minute. It's going to tell you, well, I guess it's not the pie chart. It's another chart. It's going to tell you what sold for who. But I guess the pie chart is going to be next. Well, so just go ahead and do that. And I apologize. This is the first video I've done like this, so they'll get better as I go because I plan on doing this once a month to try to, you know, again, keep myself accountable and pay more attention to my numbers because that's important. Alright, so I sold, I mean, you should be able to see in one of the charts I already put up, I sold a total of, I think it was 196 listings, something like that. I don't know, we'll have to look at the photo. That might be a correction in the video. The first 3 weeks of June. Anyway, it was a lot of items. I had some bundles because of the sale, and I just had a lot of sales, especially in just this past week. So now we're going to go to the pie chart. 75% of everything I sold was offers to likers. And that's just a straight out offers to likers. It could have been 15% off. That's my standard. My standard percentage is 15% off to likers when they like an item. They get an automatic 15% off plus $5.95, a discount $5.95 shipping. 18%, 18.75% was offers to bundles. 5.3%, which is a very low percentage rate, was buy now, single item purchase. And 1%, only 1% was people that actually put an item in a bundle and bought it without me offering any discounts or anything like that. So that's a very low percentage. So what did I get from this? I'm sending offers out to all the likers. Because that's where the bulk of my sales are coming from, is offers to likers. Now let's go to what I'm selling, which is really crazy. Out of the $3,274 that I have brought in so far this month, $3,152.97 was in women's clothing and or shoes and or accessories. The women's category, okay? That is the bulk of my sales. So what am I going to be outsourcing? Women's items, because that is where my closet is. That is how I know I'm going to sell more women's items than anything. So that's what I'm going to go out and I'm going to source for my business. In the men's, I sold $85 worth of stuff in the last 3 weeks. And in kids, it was $36.03. I have a lot of kids stuff, so that's another video. I am going to do a comparison on my experience with the 3 platforms that I am currently on, the pros and cons of all of that, because as much as we all moan and groan and complain about Poshmark, I think hands down it is the most user-friendly. More options than the other 2. But you know, like I said, that's a whole other video. So categories for me is women. Look at your insights on your Poshmark closet, and it'll give you all the numbers and what's selling for you more than others, and go with that. I mean, list everything like you always do. I'm still going to be listing other items, but the bulk of the stuff that I'm listing is going to be in the women's category, because that's the bulk of my sales. That is my bread and butter. Whether it's bread and butter or designer, that's what's selling in my closet, is the women's items. I listed this month only 134 items. And you can see in the chart my listing pattern. There was many days that I did not list anything at all, or very little, until just recently, and I don't even think those are showing up on the graph very well. But this past week I have been very consistent to a minimum of 10 items per day. And I'll go, well, so that gives me an average. If I did it for the whole month, say this is all I list for this month, that gives me an average of about 5 listings a day. You do what you can. This is a full-time gig for me, so should I be listing 10 items a day? Absolutely. Should I list more than that? If I can, if I have time in my crazy life. Just 1 second, I can't read this. I wrote too small at the very end of my page because okay. So the first, let's talk about my bundle sales. First thing I want to stress is make people, if you're going to have a sale, make them bundle, so that when people are looking up sold comps, it's not hurting any of us resellers' future comps as far as what we price things at. If you sell something at 15% off or 50% off for one item, you're hurting everybody. So I'm no longer doing that. I am making people bundle. If they want 50% off, they need to bundle 2 or more items, so that when it's sold in my closet and people or buyers are looking up sold comps, it's going to show the original price I had it at, not what I actually sold it at. So please keep that in mind. It's really important for all of us that do this for a living to not just give one item away, because it hurts us. It will hurt us all in the future. And I know there's some people out there that don't do this for a living, so you don't care, they don't care. But do keep in mind it does hurt our future sellability of that same item that you gave away, just because for whatever reason you have. But my first sale, I sent a mass message, and Poshmark has all these tools for you to use, but you can't do it on your phone. You got to do it on a desktop or Mac Pro, or I'm not sure if you can do an iPad or not because I don't use an iPad. But you got to do it on a desktop computer, not on your phone. So I sent out a mass message to over about 1,500 either prior buyers or people who had liked items in my closet about the sale, and I got like $1,500 worth of that on that one sale in a matter of hours. I was up till 2:30 in the morning packing orders, or pulling orders, not packing them, but pulling them. And they just kept going into the next day. So that was great. On the second sale, I only sent it out to about 200 because I wanted to see the difference between if I sent it out to a ton of people versus sending out to the most recent likes in my closet. And that sale, although it was profitable, was not near as profitable as the prior sale. So am I going to continue to do these sales? Yeah, I've gotten rid of, and that's probably not the best way to say that, but I have moved a lot of inventory, a lot of old inventory and a lot of new inventory. And that is what prompted me to clean this up, start listing everything out of these multiple bins that you saw in my last video, and just start offering bundle sales at 50% off, but they have to bundle 2 or more items and pay their own shipping. And also there's going to be that weight limit clause that I put in that mass message that I will send them. If there's an upgraded label charge, that's going to be included in my offer to them, or have to split their bundle in 2, whatever it is. It's a fraction of the cost of what I had to eat on my last sale, because you live and learn, which is fine. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I think that's about it. I mean, there's tons of videos out there on how to send bulk offers to, out to multiple buyers at the same time. That's what I did, and actually I watched those videos several months back, and I was just refusing to do it. And then when I had a bundle offer, I noticed that it didn't change the price, my original price. I said, oh, well, that's the way to go then. Have a bundle sale, so it doesn't affect that. So I will be doing those pretty often. So if you watch my channel, and you like the items, you're going to get that message. And I don't know how good or bad that is in Poshmark's eyes, but if they give us that feature, then I don't think it should be a problem, because that's a feature that they offer to us, regardless of whether you're an ambassador or not an ambassador. I was very happy with it, so I'm going to continue with those sales, and I'd be happy to talk to you guys about it on a one-on-one basis on how it worked for me, because I'm excited about it. I'm excited to move a lot of the stuff that's been sitting in my closet for a long time, and I think the reason it is because, it's stale inventory. It's been there for a long time. It's had no activity. So when they go in and they're looking for things to bundle, they might buy one expensive item and one not, $5, $10, $20 item, just so they can get the expensive one half off. Well, that's okay. That's okay with me, because I know I'm still going to make a profit on that expensive item. Because the most I ever pay for an expensive item would be out of the thread boxes, where it's what, $20, maybe $22. Like the handbags cost me $22 a piece. Other than that, my cost of goods is pretty low. my average sales per item, what do they call it? How do they word that? If I added in all my sales and divided it up by the what I've made so far, my average sales price is $36. That's pretty damn good. I know people that their goal is $20. I like that $36 mark. Of course, I'll take the $20 mark too. But like I said, I'd be happy to talk to anybody about it off of YouTube. If you need help walking through it, just to try to move some of your inventory and bring new stuff in. I think it's a great idea, and as long as you do it in a bundle, it doesn't hurt anybody. So I just wanted to bring you my numbers because I'm excited that 3 weeks in, I'm almost to my goal. And actually, if I went off of gross, I have already met my goal. So I know it's possible to do more because I haven't done much of anything this month except for the past week. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the new direction I'm taking and my new organization system. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying being in this room again. Whereas before, I dreaded coming in here and searching through my bins for stuff because I was tripping over everything. I had a little tiny walkway to get through, and when the shoes fell, it was a blessing when my tower of shoes fell. I gotta tell you, that was probably the best thing that could have happened to me was when that tower fell. And that's it. I think, yeah, that's it. Just do it. You can do it. There's ways to do it that benefits everybody. The buyers get a great deal. You get stuff moved out. And it gives us more reason to source more, even though we may not need to source more. I swear, going through this past week, I feel like a hoarder. I really do. But now that it's organized, I don't feel so much like a hoarder. But I sure did when I had to walk through everything, and I couldn't hardly walk without tripping. So get organized, have a plan, and go from there. That's all I got to say today. But I appreciate you watching. I hope some of you might have found this helpful. It's working for me, and so I'm going to keep doing it. And I hope it helps you. If you're struggling to make sales, just try it. Just try it. Just make sure that you're willing to let those things go at 50% off. I don't block anything from being sold in my closet, although there are 3 items in my closet that I have in the description box that they are not eligible for my 50% off sales. And those are the Amazon jewelry boxes. So, and I may change my mind at some point about those, but they each weigh 5 pounds, so they have to have different bundles anyway. Unless they want to pay $22.50 to buy 2. Because that would be the 10 pound, and that's the extra I paid on top of them already paying $8 shipping. So be careful with your shipping. Make sure you put in a clause in there that says must not exceed Poshmark's weight limit of 5 pounds. And you don't have a whole lot of characters to send out a mass message, so you've got to be careful, short, concise, to the point, and make sure all your bases are covered so nobody can come back on you. That's all I'm going to say. But make sure you have that weight limit in there because that's really important. That's going to go out in all of my next sales. So, yeah, but that's it. I hope you guys have a great sale. If you don't have sales and you're just selling like crazy, well, great for you. Share your closet. That does help a lot. I do share mine 4 times, minimum 4 times a day, sometimes 8. It does help. It really does. And having a lot of followers helps. So if you don't have a lot of followers, you got to figure out a way to get followers. Follow people so they'll follow you, and so on and so on. Because all of that, it's not just about one thing with Poshmark. It's a multiple things that's going to make you successful. You know, it's listing, it's sharing, it's following, having followers, sales, offering discount shipping. It's a whole package. So when you're watching all these other videos that say, do this one thing and you'll have $5,000 in sales this month, that's not true. You have to be well-rounded. Just like when you go to college, you have to take math and English and history and civics outside of what your degree is in, because they want you to be a well-rounded person. Well, I think that is Poshmark's mentality too. Be well-rounded, do all of those things, and however best you can, and you'll see a big difference in your sales and the visibility of your closet to the buyers. And I better close because I can keep talking for an hour on this subject, because I have tried everything. I have given up a few times. I have rebelled. I've done it all. And this works for me. So I hope you found it helpful again. And I will talk to you guys next time. And just listen, sell, and share. Everybody be happy. Love all of you. And I will see you next time. Lily out.